5 or 6 innings for us. I think that was critical. And of course, you know, we finally got some balls to fall for us and created a little bit of offense. Although I tell you what's remarkable, these guys really played good defense, because I thought the ball that we hit in the middle of the game, the double play ball, that ball was absolutely smoked. And then the ball CT hit, I can't believe the first baseman made that play. Those two plays right there probably might account for about 3 or 4 more runs. So that held it at 3-1 for a longer period of time. And but they're a very good baseball team. I thought their starter did a great job. And but we finally got some things to work for. We're still swinging and missing too much, but you know, we got some folks to swing and miss tonight also. So we needed this. There's no question, because I think, you know, the kids were in the dugout looking at each other and saying, "We're going to ever score." And you know, in baseball, those things can play mind games with you. So you know, the monkey's off our back a little bit there, and I think hopefully our kids can relax and play baseball.
Without a Kendall Graveman, John, you're going to need that Saturday inning leader to maneuver your bullpen on Friday and Sunday. Can Trevor be that guy?
Yeah, I think he can, because I think his breaking ball's better than it was a year ago. His changeup's better, so he can neutralize left-handed hitters better. You know, they started 7 left-handed hitters today, 6 or 7 left-handed hitters. So I mean, he did a nice job, and that's a great test for us to see if we, you know, if our right-handers can neutralize left-handed hitters. But you know, I'm kind of excited about tomorrow. We're going to go in and talk about either Bracewell or Dakota. You know, one of those 2 guys is going to pitch tomorrow, and we'll make that decision here shortly. But either way, you know, both those guys will probably pitch tomorrow no matter what. And you know, because it's a short outing for Holder, we'd have his availability, and we'd have Lindgren's availability tomorrow also. And you know, really, Sexton's in the mix, John Mark Shelley's in the mix, so we have a lot of guys. That's why I really wanted to play 4 games this first weekend. Of course, it didn't work out that way, but you know, you really have to get deep in your pitching, and you kind of want that to be forced upon you this early in the year.
Talking about trying to score some runs, how big was it then for, you know, Jake to kind of come through? He was 0 for 4 with some strikeouts, and you know, come through and finally get that offense started for you guys.
Yeah, he was so good in the fall and during our inter-squads in the spring. You know, we just knew he was going to get in. There's a space and time in the inter-squads where I think he got 6 straight hits. And at one point went, you know, it was like 10 for 16 or something like that. So we knew he was going to get hits. But when you put the uniform on and you play in front of people, it's just different. And you know, I think it's more different in baseball because, you know, when that jump from high school, you know, when virtually nobody watches you play, and even in junior college to this level, it's just different. And you start pressing, you're trying to do way too much, and he's hooking balls in the dugout, everything's early. And he just did a nice job of letting the ball travel and putting the barrel where he wanted it to be. I think when you get that first hit, you just feel like the monkey's off your back, and I think, you know, Jake can, you know, really relax now and have better at bat.
Is that fair to say almost as a team as well? You kind of got the monkey off your bat with the win too?
No doubt. I think offensively our kids can relax a little bit more and start taking better swings.
Talk about the job that Cody Brown's done for you getting on base the last 2 days.
Yeah, Cody's he has the potential to be an on-base machine. You know, the thing about Cody, and of course, just talking about Vickerson, is you kind of hope one or both those guys can turn into a Frazier-type offensive player. You know, when you lose 107 hits off your ball club, which leads the country, you know, you start looking around, who's going to get those hits? Who's going to be the on-base machines for you? And those 2 guys have a chance to be those guys. But, you know, neither one of them has played at this level. And you got to get them experience, but at the same time, you got to try and win these games also. So.
Like Cody's got that Alex Betts type mentality that no matter what the result is, he's going to see a lot of pitches.
Yes, he's going to see a lot of pitches, and you know, that's critical on a game like today when, you know, their starting guy gets into close to 100 pitches early in the ball game. You force the other club into their bullpen, and that's really your key in college baseball. That you're trying to win ball games, is getting into the other team's bullpen as soon as possible.
Thanks, John.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.